Desi Banks have been sending, quite frankly, teethless cease and desist all morning to small content creators like
I
this.
heard a little bit of
Sending cease and
something.
desist to YouTube.
I don't know the full story though. Do your homework on Flacco, about to break it down for us. Shout out to Poetic Flacco, that boy. You know what I'm saying? Now they in the comments cooking Flacco's
Back with another
hairline.
one.
Leave my boy alone. Everybody ain't gonna have no perfect hairline. Do your homework on Beijing.
Nah, his hairline is crazy though. I ain't gonna cap.
Channels with barely 1,000 subscribers, which
Y'all
means
tweaking.
his team is literally searching up his name in YouTube, and they're just sending cease and desist to any content creator who covered the Gray Zone article about him. The Gray Zone article was accusing Desi Banks of being in cahoots with Mossad recruitment ads for Iranians. So the article would say that days after anti-government rioters spread mayhem across Iran.
Now listen, I don't understand. Like, I try not to dive too much into like wars and like super big politics because that should be sometimes that'd be kind of depressing for them gray.
Yeah.
So I don't really know everything. So hopefully y'all could tell me in the comments, or y'all could just hopefully I just.
Israel Mossad published a new series of Farsi language online recruitment ads. The Israeli Foreign Intelligence Services has taken partial credit for the deadly unrest, pledging in a December 29th Twitter X post that his agents were in the field with protesters. Now it is escalating its infiltration efforts by soliciting spies inside Iran and throughout the Persian diaspora. So pretty much Israel wants a regime change in Iran, right? They want to overthrow the current people in charge, and they're doing so, right? You know, from within. You know, they're having spies, they're doing protesting, and Iran is responding back by just murdering protesters.
Desi, what you got
but Israel is recruiting people fast, and they're using, you know, Google ads to recruit people, you know, to be Mossad agents who can go to Israel and infiltrate from within. But the problem is these foreign intelligence, you know, they don't have like their own ad accounts, right? Because obviously you can't have your own ad account, right? You know, because that puts like your national intelligence at risk. Right. So they have to utilize certain people's ad accounts, right? You know, they will pay you to utilize your ad account.
So they paying Desi Banks?
If they're paying you to utilize your ad account so they could recruit from Mossad agents, well, it's public knowledge, right? You know, it's like not a secret. People can see
all about business,
you know, where the ads are coming from. They can see
all about
who ad accounts is being used.
Okay, let me figure out what Mossad is.
Gray Zone was able to uncover that Desi Banks' ad accounts were being used.
So I guess the Iranians is using Desi Banks for his ad accounts to recruit agents. As what he talking about, I think.
To recruit Mossad agents in Iran, okay?
Now that's crazy.
So if we scroll down, you can see the ads are ads like this, right? Where it says, your role, Iranian abroad, is vital. The final days of the regime have arrived.
Okay, a Mossad agent is an operative for Israel's foreign intelligence services. Responsible, so they recruiting like CIA, they recruiting spies, basically. So I was just confused on what Mossad meant. So Mossad is like Israel's version of the CIA.
If you know someone who works in sensitive industries or centers, contacts us. Use the secure form below to contact us, etc., etc. So the text is followed by a link to a Google form, which allows potential recruits to apply as Mossad informants, promising them protection and lucrative rewards. At the center of the recruitment form is an image of a tattooed arm holding a trash bag embossed with the logo of the Islamic Republic of Iran. It reads, "Build a future, opportunities, it is right now." A separate Mossad recruitment ad was released.
So they're using Desi Banks shit for this,
which makes explicit reference to the violent upheaval inside Iran. Now they were able to tie this back to Desi Banks.
Look at his face.
Through several things. So if you read the ad, the Mossad has placed several recruitment ads on YouTube and other Google-owned social media platforms through Desi Banks Production LLC. Here's an example of one of the ads that were ran on the account. This is like a literal ad.
Well, my nigga, why would you do that? I'm still not 100% understanding of like why everybody mad at him for doing this. Maybe I don't know. I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know everything that's going on. Y'all could probably tell me more. But if you knew you was trying to do some shit in secret, why would you put Desi Banks Production LLC? nigga, why you didn't call it something else?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Why you didn't call that shit fucking carpet? Hold on, y'all. This is my clothing.
I think it was all about the money with Dez, though. Like, I think he was just doing it for the money. He's not doing it just to, try to make something happen or have something going
I
on.
need y'all to go support your boy, okay? And supporting your boy with some pretty cheap clothing, all right? And you gonna be fly and fresh as hell, man, all right? Link in the description. Theari.us. Go shop. Carpet and walls. You know what I'm saying? Drywall and wood productions or something. You know what I'm saying? Why you didn't just make a new one?
You can see the advertiser is Desi Banks Productions, LLC. Now, the logical conclusion here is obviously Israel, probably cut a check to Desi Banks, probably, right? I don't know for a fact, but probably cut a check to Desi Banks to utilize their ad account. Like, the possibility that Israel stole Desi Banks' ad account to utilize,
probably impossible.
Like, to me, that's improbable. Desi will maintain his innocence, and he will take to his social media to say that he don't know how they were able to utilize his ad account. He don't know what's going on. He has nothing to do with this at all.
I knew it was something like that.
And he took to Twitter, and he wrote, "Stop believing BS. I hate that this is happening to me because I don't even know what any of this is. People are really getting fooled for clickbait." Bro, it's not clickbait. Like, there were actual ads.
No, see, that's what I don't like when niggas be doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they do that to me. You feel me? Like, fucking somebody could get on Instagram, on YouTube, and be like, yeah, I'm the one that killed that nigga. And then when I title it that he killed him, y'all call it clickbait. That's what you said happened. Stupid.
It's read on your account.
What?
I have kids, and I would never in my life be involved in something like this. Someone used my LLC without my knowledge. How? I don't know yet. So now Desi is saying that Israel used Desi Banks LLC instead of his ad account.
No. That ain't what he said. See, I'm a real nigga. He said someone. Yeah. It don't gotta be Israel. Israel could have reached out to somebody that's connected to him and used his account like that. You know what I'm saying? It could be his manager. It could be his agent. It could be that we've seen that shit happen far too many times for me to just.
But as a black person, I feel like he didn't know, bro. Like,
hear that and be like, no, it's impossible.
It was probably all about the money.
We've seen agents and tax and accountants and managers steal money, do weird shit behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna act like it's just impossible for that to be going on.
That they created a whole new Google ad account with Desi Banks LLC. All right, man. But my team is digging into it right now. I have no idea who's doing this or why. I have never run, approved, or had any involvement with political ads or anything in another language. My business is already working with Google to remove anything that was done without my permission and to figure out how my company name was used. Stop spreading false narratives off random posts when you don't know the truth, the whole situation.
But I will say for Desi's side though, you can't keep saying false narratives because we seen it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we see it might not be you. It might be you. It might be your friend. It might be your whoever in charge of your business or your manager or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, it happened, bro. It's not no false narrative. The report that came out said that your production company was being used.
Exactly.
That's not a lie. Even you admitted to it. It's not a lie. So you can't keep coming on here and say, oh, false narrative, random. It's not a random post, bro. We seen it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's seen it.
It's frustrating, and I'm doing everything I can to get answers. This is sucks, dog, and no, I don't deserve it. I'll be real, Desi. If you had nothing to do with it, again, I'm telling you right now, bro. If you got nothing to do with it, then check somebody on your team.
Exactly.
Right? Because the possibility that these people found you.
I know.
Like to victimize, or they just found you out of everybody on earth to utilize your LLC.
Right.
That's improbable. It feels like somebody
on your team, or maybe for sure.
Somebody
probably,
for sure.
All right, sold out for a bag, probably sold the account for a couple. They pay a lot for some ish like this.
Hell yeah.
Account, what, 100,000, man, here.
Right.
Not expecting for it to get out, and now it got out. All right. But now that it got out, I feel like, like Desi should have probably handled this directly with Google or with them. He even showed a picture of him going to the police station to make a report. But Desi is now not only trying to, get to the bottom of this, but he's also trying to control the narrative. He's setting cease and desist and threatening to sue content creators.
That's crazy.
Because they cover this. One person in particular is a YouTuber by the name of Think Peace Tribe. And here's what he had to say in regards to his back and forth with Desi Banks and his team.
The first email says, and I quote, "Dear 4Quest Doc, I'm writing on behalf of Desi Banks and Desi Banks Productions LLC regarding your videos. Desi Banks unironically has Mossad ties, and Desi Banks refuses to say Free Palestine."
I think that Desi Banks should just fire the whole team. Because at this point, just make a whole new team and move forward from there. Just trying to investigate is crazy. You ain't got to investigate. Just go on and fire everybody and start back up.
And texted me. Published on January 22nd through the 23rd, 2026, or any other related references and dates.
So I think the reason, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is what's going on the political side of things. So I think they saying that Israel, this ain't me saying that shit. Listen, YouTube, listen to my words, okay? This is not me or the opinions of my own. This is just what I am reporting that I am hearing from other people. Now we got that out the way, okay? So they saying, I guess people are mad at Desi Banks because he's helping Israel, and some people are not on Israel's side, and they don't think that what Israel is doing is right. I have to be very careful with my words here. They don't think what Israel is doing to Palestine, they don't think that that's right. A lot of people don't think that that's right. So they think that Desi Banks being in cahoots with Israel is morally wrong. That's what they think. That is the opinions of a lot of people. I'm not about to tell you my motherfucking opinion.
But I feel like the whole thing about Desi Banks, he just don't understand what's going on. Like, he just don't understand. Like, if it was me and they sending me stuff like this and they trying to run ads on my account and it's 100 bands, oh, I'm taking it. So he took it without going into really like details of what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like he was at.
Yeah. Because shit. But everybody got their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the channel for that. I'm not doing. Y'all ain't taking my motherfucking channel. I ain't doing it. So yeah, I don't even talking about no motherfucking politics, but I understand why people feel like why people would feel how they would feel though.
The content contains inaccurate and misleading statements consisting of defamatory headlines/hooks, verbal content, and screenshots attempting to link Mr. Banks or his company to activities he had no knowledge of or involvement in.
That's not defamatory though, bro. Me reporting the fact that your company was involved in an ad is not defamatory if it's true. It's true. You can't sue me for the truth. If I get on here and say somebody got locked up or is a rumor going around, you can't sue me for that.
Mr. Banks is in contact with Google and the proper authorities to address this misuse of his business information, specifically the claims regarding Mossad recruitment ads, Google ad policy violations, and the headlines/titles and content you views are factually incorrect.
First of all, anything with recruitment outside of the country or the USA is crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know it was about the money, but Desi, I just feel like he should have did his research. Like, he should have really went into it and be like, okay, this is what this is. Okay, I can't take this off. You know what I'm saying? It's not, sometimes not all about the money.
Correct, misleading to the public, and may be considered defamatory. I'd like to kindly request that you immediately remove the content from your sites and socials entirely to avoid any further misinformation and legal considerations. While we do respect your right to free press and accurate reporting, please note that the content in its current form may constitute defamation or misuse of copyrighted or proprietary material, including logos, screenshots, or business identifiers belonging to Desi Banks Productions LLC. We reserve the right to pursue further legal remedies if necessary. We appreciate your attention to this matter and your cooperation in correcting or removing content that is misleading to the public across all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, etc., as applicable. Please confirm receipt of this request and provide an estimated time for removal. For both of the videos, Desi Banks unironically has Mossad ties, and Desi Banks refuses to say Free Palestine and texted me. Here's my response to that first email. Quote, in order for my videos to be removed, I need a detailed breakdown on what was defamation, misuse of copyrighted or proprietary material.
Because a lot of times they just gonna send you that, and they gonna 9 times out of 10, most people just gonna get scared and take it down. You know what I'm saying? But my thing about this shit is like, bro, it's already on the internet. This nigga doesn't seem like he's not. I don't know who he is. Even though I'm not a person that be on TikTok, I don't know who he is. So, this shit is on national news, bro. If I type in Desi Banks, this shit is on the news, bro. It's on Complex. It's on Black Enterprise, all over Instagram, all over Facebook.
With this.
You know what I'm saying? If I go to the news channel, it's on all these different news sites. Hot 97, like national news is being covered by
once it get to that, bro,
all black media, bro. So taking down this nigga's video is not really finna,
including logos, screenshots, or business identifiers belonging to Desi Banks Productions LLC in my videos that led you to send this email to me. Does Desi Banks Productions LLC own the messages he and I exchanged with each other on Instagram Messenger?
No.
Because frankly, those were the main images being shown in the video. I started out with showing Max Blumenthal's Gray Zone news article about Desi Banks. The @Desi Banks on my Instagram story that was a tweet reacting to what Desi Banks said on Twitter about his allegations. And the messages that Desi Banks and I exchanged with each other on Instagram Messenger. Nothing in my videos are fabricated. And in my videos, I repeated our conversation word for word.
Desi Banks doesn't really have a case here.
No, he doesn't.
So first off, the barrier to defamation is already super high.
Right.
Because he's a public figure, but then you also take into account that, the Gray Zone article did come out. They did provide the receipts. They did provide proof that, like that Desi Banks LLC, was being used to run, Mossad commercials or Mossad ads. So if a content creator reported on that and then they gave their opinion that they believe that you were involved, to sue them for defamation in that regard will probably be tough, right? Damn near impossible. You probably won't win whatsoever. Now, what I would say though,
it's definitely impossible because
this kid continued and he even said like, "Oh, I told you to provide me proof he was not." Well, if you're gonna, make the accusation or say that you think that he is involved or that he did willingly do this or he was in the know-how, then the burden of proof isn't on him to prove that he's not in the know-how, it's on you to prove. So, I did have a problem with this kid saying, well, I told Desi, show me the proof. It's kind of like, nasty work, right? Especially if y'all had a conversation, to still go on and do this. It's still nasty work, but, like Desi Banks can't sue this kid. Like he has, no legal grounds to sue him whatsoever.
Bar for bar, and gave my opinions, analyses, which is protected by my First Amendment rights if this country still abides by the Constitution anyways, in between me repeating this conversation on...
First of all, this nigga sounds smart as hell. Like, if you take this nigga to court, he's gonna, speak how he gonna speak, because he sounds so smart.
And I don't really care. I don't read all that shit, bro.
I wonder if you have also sent similar emails to other content creators like your from Desi Banks' publicist responds back to me and says, and I quote, "Thank you for your response. We acknowledge receipt, and I'm happy to address..."
You can read this shit. I'm not finna sit here and listen to this nigga read. We are asking respectfully for a voluntary. So you see how she changed it though at the end? We are asking respectfully for a voluntary. So it's like, comes to a point where it's like, why was Desi Banks going back and forth?
Now let's get it. Let's be real. This could have been possible that Desi Banks knew about this, but at the same time, it can be like, okay, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So like,
bro, I'm damn sure not hopping in no DMs of a YouTuber to explain myself, bro. YouTubers are the thirstiest people on earth. Trust me, bro. Right? YouTubers are garbage human beings. They're not good people. A YouTuber will throw you under the bus if they can get a little bit of clout. Listen, if a YouTuber can get their big story for the day, that means making your life, inexplicably harder,
right.
they're not gonna have mercy on
Overly
you. Bro.
miserable.
A YouTuber is not gonna get a message from you and then say, "Oh yeah, I talked to him. Let me pass up on 200,000 views." It's not happening, bro. These people are not good people. YouTubers are terrible human beings. So I wouldn't even have wasted my time with a YouTuber, bro. All right? Listen. Desi Banks thought having a conversation with that dude would have stopped that dude from going on YouTube. All right. And pushing the narrative to get views. It's not gonna, bro. All right, a YouTuber ain't passing up on views.
Some stuff is just not worth talking about with certain people. Real talk.
Right, for your friendship, it's not happening, bro. But
I ain't doing it either. You could call it a bad thing or whatever. I ain't doing that shit either. I ain't trying to be friends with you niggas. I got a job to do at the end of the day, you know? So it's like, shit, nigga. If you get on Instagram, just like all my videos I say all the time, if you get your ass on Instagram, pull your phone out and record yourself saying, yeah, we killed him. We did that. Yeah, we did that. Shorty, I told y'all to stop talking about what the woo-de-woo.
Exactly.
And then I make a video about it, and in my title, it say that you did it. I'm not taking that motherfucking video down because you asked me to take it down, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not pulling this shit out of my ass, bro. I do reactions. I didn't just wake up and say, how could I ruin this rapper's life? How could I get this rapper arrested? I'm gonna make this video. Like, that ain't what happened, gang. Like, nigga.